What's up guys, welcome back. This is part 2 on how to paint the DayDream from the Malifaux Hide and Seek crew. You can gain access to the rest of the series by clicking the link in the description box below and signing up to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. In this video I'll show how to get really intense red eyes and how to maximise contrast on teeth and claws. Alright, so let's get right to it. First we'll mix a little black into Fantasy and Games Hastur Purple. If you don't have that, you can get the same sort of colour by mixing a little Games Workshop Rhinox Hide into Wazdakka Red. So we use that to block in the eye sockets so we have a nice strong contrast when we paint the eyes. Then we'll use some of our Ivory to paint the eyeballs. Then we'll use some red ink. Now this is from the scale colour Inktense set, but if you don't have that you can use another brand of ink, or you can just use some thinned down red paint or a red wash. But really the ink is going to give you a much more intense effect, so it really is worthwhile getting a hold of some inks if you don't already have some. So without thinning the ink down at all, we'll paint this directly onto the eyeball, just covering over the Ivory. Now we'll add a pupil with a bright orange colour, so I'm mixing a bit of Ivory into scale colour Mars Orange, but you can use whatever orange you want. And we'll paint this on as a little line down the centre of the pupil, so I'm aiming my brush here at the top edge of the pupil and pulling it down from that point. To gild the lily slightly, thin down some of your red ink with a bit of water and we'll use that to glaze around the eyes, just to give a very subtle glow effect, and that's also going to help to draw more focus to the centre of the face. So I think that's enough now. I don't really want to make it too obvious. To continue, we'll base all the claws and teeth in Games Workshop Tallarn Sand, and we're going to use some more ink, this time some Chestnut ink, and we're just going to paint this onto the teeth and claws. If you don't have any Chestnut ink, you can use some Sepia wash, but you're going to have to apply it a couple of times to get a nice strong contrast. Now you can either paint this onto the whole thing or just run some into the recesses at the base of each claw and tooth. It's really up to you. You'll see that I do both here. I paint the whole of the teeth and then just run the ink into the base of the claws. Using the ink on such tiny elements is really a great way to build up contrast. The pigment is so intense that it really helps to make the shadow stand out. I find it works a lot better than just using a wash or a darker paint. Alright, so to highlight this we'll just mix a little Ivory into our Tallarn Sand and we'll draw this towards the tip of each claw and tooth. Now we'll add a bit more ivory and we'll do the same thing again. Alright guys, so hopefully you found a few useful tips and tricks here that you can apply in your own work. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up and I'll do my best to answer. A big thank you to my very generous Patreon supporters, as without your help I doubt I'd be able to continue making these videos. If you would like to help support the creation of these videos, you can do so by clicking the link in the description box below and signing up to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Patrons get various benefits including early access to videos, the chance to have their models included in my critique series, PDF guides and much more. If you can't afford it or you simply don't want to, you can still help the channel out by liking and sharing the video or by visiting the affiliate links in the description box below. Take care guys, thanks again, bye for now.